From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
All right, partly cloudy skies expected as we head through the overnight and through the early morning hours of Friday morning, and with slightly drier air in place, whether northwesterly winds, we get down to the lower 60s for most of us. Wouldn't be shocked if a location or two gets down to 58 or 59 for morning lows, but warming as we head through our Friday morning. We'll hit mid to upper 70s by 9 or 10 a.m. Isolated thunderstorms possible as early as the late morning and midday, more likely into the afternoon as we get into the low to mid 80s across the area. Here's Futurecast. Partly cloudy overnight, dropping through the 60s into the upper 50s, lower 60s for morning lows by daybreak on Friday. Warming back into the low to mid 80s by the afternoon Friday. And notice a few isolated pop-up showers by the afternoon and early evening. Better chance of them near southern middle Tennessee, but they might sneak down into northwest Alabama. Notice they're very isolated, not like the last few days where they've been widespread on the board. No widespread rainfall, but if you get under one of these, some locally heavy downpours for a short time, they fade away with the loss of daytime heating. And then we're back into the mid-60s overnight Friday night, upper low pulling away. So we're mostly quiet here for Saturday. We don't have rain chances on the board. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy, highs near 90 or into the lower 90s. The same for Sunday, but some isolated thunderstorms around during the day. And then Sunday night, as the frontal boundary approaches us, a better chance of a thunderstorm complex either moving through our area or very close to our area. So we're going to have to watch out for maybe some locally heavy rainfall and some strong thunderstorms with gusty winds Sunday night into early Monday morning. And then as we go into next week, much of what you would expect for the early to midsummer across the Tennessee Valley. Daily isolated storm chances and highs not too far from 90 degrees. Low to mid 80s for our Friday, and then the rest of the way through the 7-day forecast, as a matter of fact, upper 80s, lower 90s. Morning lows getting close to 70 as we head through the latter part of the weekend into early next week as well. We're watching Tropical Storm Brett on the board. The 4 p.m. advisory, that's the latest advisory we have on board. Another one comes out as we head through the top of the hour at 10 p.m. local time. Maximum sustained winds at 65 miles per hour, about to cross the Lesser Antilles into the Caribbean. And then as it moves to the Caribbean this weekend, encountering increasing wind shear, so it's expected to weaken and not a threat to the lower 48 United States. We also have Tropical Depression 4 on the board, expected to become Tropical Storm Cindy overnight. 35 mile per hour sustained winds here, moving west-northwest at 14. It will strengthen in the Cindy, possibly get toward a mid to upper tropical storm. But as it moves northwest into the open Atlantic and starts to recurve, it encounters greater wind shear. It also expected to weaken and recurve, so no threat here also to the lower 48 United States. Partly cloudy to start our Friday. Morning lows in the lower 60s. And then we warm into the low to mid 80s as we move into the afternoon. Partly cloudy, a few isolated midday, afternoon, and early evening showers and thunderstorms across the area, but much more isolated than what they've been so far, especially for the first half of this week. Upper 80s, lower 90s through the weekend. Isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. Better chance of more widespread rain and thunderstorms, possibly with a thunderstorm complex nearby as we head through Sunday evening, Sunday overnight. And then next week, daily isolated storm chances, much more like what you would expect for this time of year. Daytime highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. There's look your latest 7-day forecast. Ben Luna's in the Weather Center tomorrow morning with another update to your local weather.